Are you back on the camera once again? Now, I thought for today's second video, I'll just talk a little bit about psychiatry in general, like what I think about psychiatry. Now, all in all, I think it's okay. I don't think it needs to change a great deal. I think the system is more or less working. I'm not really for or against it. I'm kind of sitting on the fence, but generally, I think it's okay. Well, certainly it's better than it is in other countries. In some countries, especially third world countries, the mentally ill are treated terribly. A lot of them are just locked up for life. I've seen documentaries where family members with mental health problems are literally locked up in wooden cages for good, pretty much. They can't afford medication. So, yeah. The other thing about psychiatry that I've noticed is that pretty much everyone seems to be put on a drug of some sort. Like I only know one person in my entire life that has been in hospital and not wound up on a drug, or maybe two people actually. But pretty much everyone goes on a drug. I've never met anybody actually in hospital who isn't being prescribed some sort of a drug or an injection of some sort. So it's pretty much ubiquitous. Now, the other thing I'd say about the psychiatry system is that it should be allowed to evolve. I don't think the whole thing should be torn down and rebuilt. I think that psychiatry needs to evolve. I think that more and more computers, and especially the manipulation of sound, is going to replace medication. I think that with computer enhanced techniques of sound and binaural beats, they're going to do away with a lot of drugs. The NHS are already, I believe, prescribing like these kind of virtual reality headset type setups with light and sound attachments for depression. So that's already being promoted by the NHS. The other thing about the mental health system is that it's impossible to fight. They have everybody backing them up. The mental health system is the end of the line for a lot of people. It certainly was the end of the line for me. But you can't fight the mental health system. They've got the police backing them up, the social services, the judiciary, mainly the media, people's families normally back up the mental health system because they just don't know what else to do with people. Uh, Most of the visitors that visit the ward are on the side of the mental health, and half the time, half the patients are on their side. And they have people from all over the world working for them. I've met doctors, nurses, and support workers from pretty much every corner of the globe. Oddly enough, except Germany and Japan, but apart from that, pretty much everywhere. The other thing is, I've got my little notes here that I keep looking at, by the way. But the other thing is about the mental health system is every hospital is quite different. A lot of things that govern the day-to-day life of a hospital are not mentioned in the Mental Health Act. They get a lot of leeway as to how they tailor themselves towards the individual patients. And I found that hospitals can vary a lot. I've been to so many different hospitals. I've been to about 10. Probably and even more wards than that. I mean, even different wards inside the same hospital can be quite different. So when you're in a hospital van or a police van, Being driven to a hospital or a private hospital, you never really know what to expect. I mean, if it's your first time going to hospital, you don't know what to expect either. But every hospital really is, for want of a better word, unique. If it wasn't for the mental health system, I would either be dead by now. I'm 47 years old now. I first went in when I was 19. If I hadn't gone to hospital at the age of 19, I'd either be dead, probably from a drug overdose, or I would have been in prison. And maybe in prison for a long time. I would have done something stupid eventually. I was out of control. I was completely off the rails when I was in my late teens. The other thing about the mental health system, my little set of notes, is that they're quite liberal. That the mental health system really is kind of quite left wing, quite liberal. They tolerate all sorts of people and they treat all sorts of people. They've basically seen it all before. It doesn't matter what you mention to them, they're not very often surprised by anything. They have no religious agenda to push. There's a lot of groups out there that will help you if you're suffering from a mental health problem, but they'll try and enforce some sort of political or religious ideology upon you. But the mental health system doesn't do that. It's purely for treatment and nothing else. It's a good safety net. The mental health system is a very good safety net for people that come unstuck. It gives you a bed, it gives you a bite to eat, gives you company, gives you support. A lot of people who come unstuck, and there's a million different ways you can come unstuck in this world. Could be homelessness, could be a house fire, could be a nervous breakdown, could be drug or alcohol addiction, could be family problems, could be financial problems, could be all sorts of things. It's a bloody good safety net to have. And this is why I cooperate with the mental health system because I want that safety net in place. I want them to know that I'm cooperative. And the last time I went to hospital, I asked to go into hospital. That's another video maybe about what happened before or during my last relapse. I won't make a video about that. Last on the list about the mental health for this 10-minute video is that I'm going to be dealing with the mental health system for the rest of my life, probably, unless I become a hardcore Scientologist or something. But I'm probably always going to be on medicine. I'll probably be on the Clopixel depot for years, but I'm going to be with them for the rest of my life, so I might as well get along with them. But going back to what I said in the beginning, generally speaking, the mental health system is okay. It's not too bad, and it's better here than it is abroad. It's much better. Maybe that's because English people are more likely to go mad. Could be the case. Okay, little 9-minute video, thanks.